Hey everyone, it's Wolfgang. I wanted to talk to you about making more money with your rental property and about how to promote it in 2025. One of the most important things you can do with rental property, really two things. The first one is keep the place rented, get it rented quickly, and not have long-term vacancies. And then number two, keep your current tenants happy. The biggest loss, though, is from not getting a unit rented quickly. So we're going to cover how to solve that problem. If you think about it, tenants and anyone who might be interested in renting from you, generally they will drive by a property first before they know if they want to fill out an application. So you want to go to work on the curb appeal of the property. Real estate agents tell homeowners the same thing. If you're trying to sell your property, your home quickly, keep the grass cut, do any painting, any repairs you need to do. The main thing we want to do is we don't want to have any delay between the time that an existing tenant moves out and a new one moves in. We're going to have people driving by if we follow the steps that I'm going to describe, and we want the curb appeal to be top notch. If you talk to your tenants, you can ask them to cooperate. You can offer them a small monetary incentive to cooperate with keeping the place in great condition. They have an incentive to do that. If compared to the loss you will take on a vacant unit, paying them a small amount of money, it's completely worth it. And generally, if a tenant's uncooperative, it makes it a little more difficult. So you can ask for their cooperation, but you can also offer them a small financial incentive. Again, we're trying to get anything that might come vacant rented quickly, but we're also interested in keeping current tenants happy by keeping the place in good condition. So at some point, if a tenant turns in a notice, what most landlords do, and this leads to a huge loss of revenue from properties all over the country. I know a lot of people who do this. A tenant will turn in their notice and they will wait until the tenant moves out. They will clean, do any repairs, and then they will start promoting the vacant unit. You don't want to do that because you've basically locked yourself into a loss for however long it takes to do the cleaning, the repairs if needed, and then start marketing. What you should do, what you should keep in mind is this. When a tenant turns in a notice, they will start looking for their new place pretty much right then. If it's a 30-day time period, they have 30 days to find a new place, right? Tenants don't wait until the last minute to start looking for a new place. They usually start looking after they turn in their notice. So what we want to do is we want to do the same thing. When a tenant turns in a notice, we're not going to wait to start promoting the place until they move out. We're going to start promoting it then. And then we're going to tell prospective tenants the place will become available at the end of this month. And they're going to be totally okay with that because tenants always start looking. I mean, the current tenant starts looking as soon as they turn in their notice. And we're going to tell people who inquire about the unit that it will become available at the end of the month. And that new tenant will be okay with that because they're doing their process of looking. And it saves you a lot of money, a lot of loss. If you can secure a tenant before the existing one moves out, then you earn extra money from that particular unit. If you have a lot of units, that can really add up through the year. And so generally, you want to keep the place in great condition with great curb appeal. And for your existing tenants, you want to keep. Generally speaking, you want to keep the entire property looking nice to keep them happy too. So if you're doing a good job keeping the property in great shape, you'll have fewer move-outs. So what do you do when you need to promote the property when it's going to become vacant? If a tenant turns in a 30-day or a 60-day notice, then we're going to start marketing it. We're going to need photos. If you don't have photos, inside and outside photos for a property, that are good, not just any photos, but photos that were taken after you did a cleanup of that unit. Make a mental note. Next time you have a vacancy in all of your units, get the unit in top condition and then take a full set of photos. Because what we want to do is this: if we have those photos ready to go, when the tenant turns in their notice, we're going to start marketing the property right away. Again, we're trying to maximize the income we make from this property, and if you start promoting the property when the move-out notice arrives, you've got that time, that 30 days or that 60 days, to find a new tenant. Let's see here. So when it comes to promoting a property that's a unit that's going to become vacant, what are the options these days to promote? What are the channels? Social media is an obvious choice. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and X. Rental property websites like forrent.com, HotPads, Zillow, Trulia, and what I would recommend is go online, do a search of rental property websites, make a list, and post a unit. When the tenant turns in their notice, post the unit then on every conceivable website. Most of those are free. Sometimes we pay for our marketing, depending. You can do that too. That can help. If you've got the photos ready to go, and you can post photos to all those websites, and get people starting to call you about the property. Another opportunity you have for getting a place rented, you can ask current tenants. Current tenants, they know you're a good landlord, you do a good job. They know the property, they know the area, and they're going to be a great source for referrals. We've gotten a ton of referrals over the years from existing tenants because we do a good job as landlords. They know that. They've experienced it. They can describe, they're highly qualified to describe exactly what's going on at your property to people that they know. One of the things you can do if something has been vacant for a while, unfortunately, you can ask current tenants to give you referrals and offer them a bounty, a small amount of money. If they find someone and that person ends up qualifying and renting the place, you can offer them a small bounty. That's a lot less than having a unit stay vacant for a long period of time, a small amount of money to an existing tenant. We've done that. It works great. Let's see. So another source of to promote your property is staff, employees and vendors, people who are on the property premises. They've gotten a chance to see it, and this is true with vendors too. If you hire people to come in and do, maintenance or something to the property or remodeling, we've gotten a lot of referrals from vendors over the years who will ask us if we have upcoming units available. You've got a lot of different sources, and some of them, the tenants are probably the most reliable source because they're highly qualified and people will take them seriously. But vendors and staff is another avenue. So one of the most important things you can do to maximize your income, besides getting things, getting vacant units rented very quickly, another thing you can do is to go to work on your property management skills. Keep the property's exterior in great condition. If you do have a vacancy, whoever does your groundskeeping, you can offer them a small amount of money to devote extra time during the time that the unit's vacant or a unit's vacant, to make sure the grounds are in top shape. More frequently than they normally do, you can offer them a small amount of money to do that. But generally, we're good. We're great landlords. We get high marks from our tenants, and it's because we respond to tenant requests, and we keep the properties in great condition. So we get a good reputation with our tenants. And the one thing you want to do, because tenants like to remain in good standing. This is particularly with tenants. If you get referrals from tenants, generally there's a rapport that's been established. You're on, you're on good terms with your tenants, but you need to let them know that, something along the lines of, we put everyone through the same tenant screening process that you went through, so that the tenant can decide, if they have a referral in mind, they can decide, okay, will that person make the cut? Will they be able to pass the tenant screening? Because they've been through it, they know what it's like, and they can judge. Because you want to avoid any hard feelings. If you get a referral and you end up rejecting them, if you've told everyone that we put everyone through the same tenant screening, it gives them a chance to filter out people who may not, be a good fit. So because generally speaking, people want to remain in good standing with you. So especially existing tenants. So I hope all that stuff worked or helped. Basically, what we're trying to do is get vacant units rented quickly, and we're trying to keep the property in just top condition so that existing tenants are happy, right? Deferred maintenance is a mistake. And so there's a lot you can do to increase your revenue from your properties. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, you can post in the comments. And I thank you for watching, and have a great day.